Okay, so welcome to the Q&A. We've got all your questions. I'm sorry this was so delayed, just other things happening. So what I'll do is down in the comments, I will put all the questions we've been asked and what time they are in the video, so you can either just skip to one you want to ask or just have a look through and just look and just watch the ones you want or whatever you want to do. But I'll put them in the I'll just put them in there. So we'll start off with the questions that kind of cross over between two different questions. You see what I mean? Put them on the bottom of the screen so you can see what we're answering, but we'll say the questions anyways and then answer them. So we're doing these in absolutely no order at all. I've screenshotted them all. I've all just went to my desktop and randomly, so I'm just answering them as and when I open them. So the first question is, what are all three of your favourite foods?
Favourite?
Favourite food. I cannot say that word. Cannot.
We're making up words over here.
Right, you say it.
Favourite?
The question.
Oh, right. What are all three of your favourite food? Oh, no, I can't say it.
Anyways, mine has got to be McDonald's chicken nuggets. Now, if anyone from McDonald's is out there, sponsor me. Yours?
I don't, maybe like, I really like pizza, maybe pizza. Pizza's so generic though. Or pancakes with bacon and maple syrup. Oh, I don't really have a favourite food. I don't like to limit myself like that. I'm a bird and I like to spread my wings.
There you go. Pablo's is anything that fits in his mouth that is chewable.
It doesn't even have to be edible. It's just anything.
Anything that goes in his mouth.
Yes, there we go, like Mummy's nose.
Which links us...
You bit my ear.
So Pablo's favourite food, and this relates to the next question, is what is Pablo's favourite treat? Now I would say they're the same things. He really likes the pedigree Milky Bones. He lives for them. If you rattle a box of that,
He will come running.
He's quick when they come out. Okay, so these two questions are related. So first one was, how did the two of you meet and how long have you been together? And the second one is, are Pablo's owners married? And if so, how long? And who is Pablo's favourite out of us two? And the fact you're all getting me to say this word isn't very cool. I don't know, editing.
Don't put that face in. Don't put that face in.
How? So yeah, we have been together almost 5 years now. It's about a month's time until our 5-year anniversary. But we are not married. We're not engaged. That's my fault, I think.
No, that is nobody's fault. That is like a high intensity question. Like,
it's in the pipeline.
we talk about marriage and we talk about engagement, but like, we're young. Like, I don't care. Like,
Yeah, it's a long way off. We agreed. We think that having a dog is more of a commitment than being married, so...
You can take a ring off, you cannot put a dog on the pavement.
No. And we met at school, so we went to school together for 7 years.
Carl used to send me love notes and it was all really romantic and...
So, of that time being at school, we didn't talk for 4 years of that. I didn't even know who she was. She said she used to hate me at school because she thought I was stuck up and obnoxious.
Yeah.
Were they the words?
And arrogant. And ignorant.
So, she didn't like me and I didn't know who she was.
So there you go.
Until she threw a pair of scissors at us in art, and then it all kind of just...
When somebody
snowballed.
says pass the scissors, you take that as literally as you want. So,
Pass the scissors. But yeah, we're here now, so it worked.
And then, who's Pablo's favourite? Well, Pablo does have a favourite, and it's me. No, Pablo likes me best because I'm his mother and I have that motherly instinct for him. But Pablo likes Carl best when he wants to play. So when it's playtime, Carl is his best friend, he'll run around, whatever. But as soon as he gets told off, he comes crawling back to me. Even if I tell him off, he'll literally sleuth back onto my knee and be like, I'm sorry. Like, so I'd say I'm his favourite.
I think I'm the tough parent.
Carl will be the one that'll put him in time out and tell him off, and I'll be the one that'll get him back out because I want to cuddle. So.
Okay, so why did we choose a pug instead of any other breed of dog? Now, I liked working dogs. I liked Alsatians, I liked Huskies, Dobermans, the kind of big dogs. Chelsea liked pugs.
And we have a pug.
And we've got a pug. So you can see how that conversation went down. Now, I didn't like pugs when she first started mentioning them, but I think I wanted it more than you in the end.
No.
Well, I went and bought one, so...
I think I learned Carl to love pugs because they're so quirky.
Okay, so we'll answer the first part of this question, then we'll answer the second part along with another question. So have you ever owned any other dog before? And if so, what breed? Now, I've had 2 flat coat retrievers, one that passed away, and then another one. And you've had
2 Labradors.
2 Labradors. So we've kind of always had one dog since we were little. So the other half of this question, and link it back to someone else's question, is, are you planning on getting another dog in the future and getting Pablo a brother or sister? Yes, we are. It's something we definitely want to do. It's something we thought about doing when we got Pablo. We thought about getting 2. Obviously, without owning a dog ourselves and them being family dogs, we wanted to kind of test the water, see what he was like, see how he got on in the house and stuff, and then get a second. So we're going to wait till Pablo's maybe 1, maybe 2, just so he's older and more mature, so when we get a puppy in, he doesn't go back to being a puppy. He still keeps his adultness that he's learnt. Definitely looking at getting another one though.
We would like, we have looked...
Pablo.
We have looked into like other breeds, but we just think that we've had a pug and we've already fallen in love with a pug, especially this one that's got the hiccups. So we'll get another pug.
So what camera do we use for filming and for pictures? So we're currently using a G7X Mark II, which is quite like a popular vlogging one. That's why we bought it, because a lot of people recommended it. And for his pictures, I mean, we normally take pictures on this, but in terms of like what we use for Instagram, we use Chelsea's phone. Well, Chelsea does his Instagram, so Chelsea just uses her phone.
It's an iPhone 7 Plus. Incredible. Would very recommend.
So that's what we use. Does Pablo have a middle name? No.
Yes.
He doesn't have a middle name, but he has so many nicknames that I guess you could say he'd have a middle name. Now, I wanted to give him a middle name, but Chelsea doesn't like the fact I want to call everything this, so it was going to be McLeod. Well, there you go. But in terms of nicknames, we'll just throw these out there. We call him Bean, I call him Friend, we call him Pablo Escobar, Pablo Chacon, Poot, Furry Sausage.
There's just so many. Like, I think Bean and Friend are his most commonly used ones, but then when we are being silly, or my sister especially, will call him Pablo Chacon or Pablo Escobar. Pablo Chacon is the drug dealer from Where the Millers. Pablo Escobar is the world famous drug dealer. So either way, he is a drug dealer.
So if you want any drugs,
come to this fish.
He's your guy.
He deals in cuddles and kisses.
So this next question kind of flows on quite nicely. Who named him Pablo? That was me. Now, when we first discussed getting a pug, Chelsea was adamant that we were getting a pug, and as I said earlier, I didn't want to get one.
I like the name Pedro, but then we realised Pedro is Spanish for Peter, and one of Carl's best friends is called Peter, and it was friggin' weird ever since then. So then you did suggest the name Pablo. I hated it, obviously, because I didn't think of it, but then we said it that much that it just stuck. It's like, just when you say a name that much that you're just like, oh well, that's it, we're going to have to call him that now, so...
So for about 2 years, we've been discussing getting a pug and wanting a pug. And because I'd mentioned this name Pablo, we kind of always just said Pablo the pug. And people started then referring to it when we were talking about pug, oh, when you're getting Pablo. And it just kind of, it was then just his name. Yeah. We didn't ever go, right, let's sit down and decide it. It just, for about a year before we got him, it was already decided that it was Pablo. Whenever we got him, it was Pablo. So what is the lifespan of a pug? Now, Chelsea?
We don't actually know. Like, smaller dogs do tend to live longer than bigger dogs, but this could be anything from, I think the average is around about 12 to 15 years normally, but we have people that we follow on like Instagram and YouTube and that who have pugs who are like 17, even 18, and like are really old. So we don't, mate, with their hair. Hey. So we don't know. Our expectations are just that he has a happy and healthy life. But yeah, I suppose it all depends on like the breed you got him from, how healthy they are. For example, like crossbreeds maybe won't have as long a life expectancy as a full pedigree pug, which is what Pablo is. So it all just depends.
So how long did it take us to potty train Pablo? We can't really say how long it actually took because we both took the time off work. So we were in the house constantly and it just kind of happened. I mean, he didn't poo in the house at all until he was ill. We don't really know when it switched over, but it was about a month and a half, 2 months until we were confident we could leave him by himself and him not just wee on the floor. So
that's obviously like a month and a half of us having him, not him being a month to a month and a half.
Him being like 3-4 months old.
3-4 months, I'd say. Like.
So how old is Pablo now? He is almost 6 months old. start of September, he'll be 6 months. So it's only a few days.
So he's still a tiny puppy.
Okay, so how old are we? Now,
how old do you think we are?
Yeah, that's a good point. How old do you think we are? Drop in the comments how old you actually thought we were. So I'm 22 and Chelsea is
22.
We're both 22. So as we said before, we did meet at school because we were in the same year. So
Carly's officially like 2 months and 3 days older than me, I think. So very close.
So I'm born in October and Chelsea is born on Christmas Day.
Soon as winter hits, Christmas will be a rockin'.
So you'll start seeing in the videos when it gets towards Christmas time how obsessed Chelsea is with Christmas. Because how many hours does Pablo sleep a day? Because we're out working most of the time during the week, it's hard to tell if he's sleeping the time we're away.
So yeah, so the average is about 14 to 16 hours a day, but obviously you can never truly tell. Pablo sleeps right through the night, which means that he is more awake when he's with us, which is how we would want it. But he does nap quite a lot throughout the day, like right now he's asleep on my knee. So it just depends, it's not like block times, it's just like naps here and there. You just need to make sure that when they are sleeping, you let them sleep, because obviously they are quite lazy dogs. Oh, my endless love.
Okay, so if we were to pick a superpower, what would it be? So I'm a big like Marvel, DC movie fan, so I think about this all the time. And mine would have to be procognition, which is the ability to kind of see into the future. So that would be able to predict stuff that's going to happen, be able to change things that are going to happen, so you would always avoid danger, you'd be able to do lots of things, but that's what I'd do. So kind of like Vibe from The Flash, or like the Oracle from The Matrix, that sort of thing. Chelsea?
I think mine would be the ability to shapeshift, because I like the idea of being able to like go into anything at all there. So I don't know, I think I'm pretty greedy. Like, it's like the food question, because I also want to be able to be invisible and fly, and I will just be the ultimate.
The ability to have any superpower.
Yeah.
I think Pablo's superpower would be the superpower just to make food appear. That would be ideal for him, I think. That's what he'd love that. So any tips on puppies? We're getting a beagle puppy in a few weeks, and I think it's going to have a lot of energy. It's going to have a lot of energy. It's a puppy, and I want to see that beagle puppy.
Yeah, I want a beagle puppy, they're cute.
Yeah, you want the beagle.
The only advice we can give on puppies is make sure that you fully research the breed, so you're 100% aware. Be prepared for everything, like it's going to have a lot of energy, it's going to chew things, it's going to want to be your best friend and your worst enemy all at once. And if you can, our local vets runs puppy training classes. See if your vets do, because they really help. They just give you all sorts of advice, everything from feeding, grooming, house training, neutering, like anything like that, literally everything. So, and also as well, you'll get till about 6 months, which is where we are with Pablo, and you'll think that all your work has just gone down the pan. It's not. This is like their teenage years. So Pablo currently is chewing everything, like staircases, banisters, skirting boards, toys, ironing boards, everything. Xbox controllers that Chelsea left lying.
And my advice is just to love it. Enjoy every second of it. Just love them, show them loads of affection, they'll show you it back, and if you love each other, then that makes everything easier. So what is Pablo's favourite toy? It's that word again.
Pablo doesn't have favourite toys. Pablo goes through phases.
I would say, as it starts, if there's one toy that he cannot resist if you put in front of him, would be Patrick, but that's only because he wants to hump him.
I was going to say, Pablo goes through phases where he wants a chew toy, a squeaky toy, a soft toy.
He does have a round unicorn ball.
Oh yeah, that's literally doing its rounds at the minute.
He seems to be playing with that quite a lot, so maybe that. And the last question, what do you do when Pablo is home alone? Now, if Pablo's home alone, that means we're out. And what we're normally doing is working. I'm working normally all week, Chelsea normally works weekends. If we ever get a weekend off together, we normally go and do something together, go shopping or whatever we do. Just, it's always fun. Normally get like one a month, so we make the most of it whenever we do. In terms of like what Pablo does, what we're out and he's home alone, normally, well at the moment it's summer holidays, so Chelsea's mum's a teacher, so she's got the time off, so she's coming and babysitting him quite a bit. Stealing
him. We know where you live.
So an add-on to that as well, you've asked, can you film him when he's home alone to see what he's up to? this is something we've wanted to do, but we can't really do it as it stands. So the thing is, we'd like to set up maybe like a webcam or some sort of filming device. The camera we're using runs off batteries, it won't run off the mains, so it'll only last for half an hour or something like that, and obviously with memory cards. We'd like to stream it, but we've also got the thing of security. We don't want something in the house streaming online to show that we're not in the house and Pablo's home alone. We don't want someone to potentially see that and then come and steal him if we somehow figure out where we live or whatever. So it's something we do want to do and do want to investigate and see what he actually does, whether he just sleeps, whether he gets up and about. But as it stands, we can't find anything that we can actually record him with. So that's going to be it for the Q&A. I don't know how long this is going to be. I think it's going to be quite a long episode. So if you're still watching now, thank you very much. Hope we answered all your questions and to the best of our ability. But yeah, thank you so much for the support currently going on the channel. The subscribes are going up exponentially to what I thought they were going to be. Can't thank you enough. Like the video, hit that subscribe button if you're new. Drop us a comment down below. Let us know how old you thought we were. Go back to that. I'm interested to see how old people thought we were. But yeah, hope you enjoyed and peace out.
Peace out.